The Wilby High Athletic Department.
Live from the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium in downtown Waterbury.
From Kennedy
This is
High
a
School.
DET Sports Media production. Christopher Saunders on the call tonight, bringing you this intercity NVL matchup, Brass City Division between the Kennedy Eagles and the Wilby Wildcats. Currently, you can hear the PA announcer going over the CIAC rules on what can and cannot be performed and or done here at the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium, telling fans and anyone else to stay off the floor, only used for the refs, coaches, and players.
Enjoy the game and good luck to both teams.
And first, let's start off with the starting lineup
Starters
for the Kennedy Eagles.
Kennedy Eagles. Number 5, Adrian Williams.
Number 5, Adrian Williams.
Number 21, Josiah Perella.
Number 21, Josiah Perella.
Number 10, LaShawn.
Number 10, LaShawn Smith.
Number 24, Jay Turner.
Number 24, Jay Turner.
Number 23, Jeremy Acosta.
And number 23, Jeremy Acosta.
The Kennedy High School Eagles.
Kennedy High School, coached by Ryan Sullivan.
And assistant coach Ron Patetti.
And now here's your starting lineup
And
for the
now
Wildcats.
For your Wilby Wildcats. Number 10, Angel Gonzalez.
Number 10, Angel Gonzalez.
Number 20, Ronte Williams.
Number 20, Ronte Williams.
10, Antoine Black.
Number 0, Antoine Black.
Mayo.
Number 5, Dazan Mayo.
Senior Christian Harris.
And number 1, Christian Harris.
They are coached by the head
Coached by
coach,
Alan Piccolo,
Alan
one of the well-respected coaches in the NVL. Done a nice job being able to rebuild this program and really leaving a stamp on this team throughout the years. Now let's all rise for the national anthem. Lineups, or actually, pardon me, lineups are already done. Tip-off right here at the O'Brien Gymnasium at Wilby High School. Kennedy Eagles, Wilby Wildcats. Both teams coming in at a different pace in terms of what you look at. Kennedy coming in at 3-11, although the record does not look very happy in terms of the Kennedy Eagles. They qualify for the state tournament because they are in Division I. Going into this year, for the high schools, for the CIAC, instead of it being class LL, L, M, and S, it is more of a Divisions 1 through 5. If you're in Division 1, you automatically qualify, and Kennedy is one of those teams. And being 3-11 right now does not bode well for where they will be seated in that tournament. So they want to try to get as many wins as possible, potentially, to at least move up a couple spots. Wilby, on the other hand, on the outside looking in for Division II, competing with the likes of Career Academy and others that are in that class. But with that being said, Wilby, although 6-9, 1-6 in the brass division, you can almost wipe away the records on both sides, because when you're going against a Waterbury school anything could happen. The talent level is about even. And you have LaShawn Smith and Gonzalez, both at the center part of the court. Kennedy in their dark blue, Wilby with their white jerseys with the green. And let tip-off begin at 7 o'clock. Adrian Williams has it, gives it over to Perella. Back over to Williams again. Newly in Jay Turner, who transferred over from Career Academy, had to sell out the first 10 games, but he's ready to play for the Kennedy Eagles. And Wilby with quick transition with Harris going up hard. He's fouled. And he'll be at the charity stripe. Wilby showing their athleticism early, allowing Harris to be able to go up quick, but then fouled by Kennedy, their first team foul. Harris with the red shoes, dribbles a couple times. His first shot, right-handed, misses the first. As I stated about Wilby, they're on the outside looking in for Division II. Currently, Career Academy is 10-5. They're 12th in Division II. Second free throw was good. Wilby strikes first with 1 point. 7:43 in the first. 1-0, Wilby's up. Wilby with the full court press, trying to force the Eagles to commit a turnover. They don't get past half court. Perella fakes a three, decides to give it to LaShawn Smith underneath, kicks it over to Williams for three. Bang, count it. 3-1, Kennedy strikes back with a three. And now you can see the full court press again. Wilby's able to get through it. Black to Mayo, then he loses the grip of the ball, went one step ahead of his thinking. He thought that he was going to be able to make a move before the ball was even in his hand. That's what allowed the turnover, and now Kennedy has the ball back. Turner taking it past half court. Gives over to Perella. Perella, one of their main three-point shooters for the Eagles. I'll be interested to see what Turner does for this Kennedy team. Perella goes up, loses the ball, slapped out. Gonzalez has it. And now Harris is going to take it himself, makes a nice move. And we're all knotted up at 3. 6:48 left here in the first. Turner decides to take it himself, coast to coast. He's going to be fouled. And the emotion and energy on both sides, including fans and players, is showing early in this game. 6:44 left in the first. Christopher Saunders on the call tonight between the Wilby Wildcats and the Kennedy Eagles. I thank my cameraman Ian tonight. First free throw was missed. DET Sports Media Production. You can catch us either on Frontier Channel 16 or on the web. On YouTube, we cover Kennedy, Wilby, Crosby, and Waterbury Career Academy. Second free throw was missed. 0 for 2 was Turner. And that's going to be a push by Perella. Eagles second. Ronte Williams inbounding the ball. Gives it over to Harris, guarded over quickly by Williams. Harris, lateral pass to Black. Makes a move, dribbles once. Has the floater. Glass helped a little bit right there. 5-3, Wilby's up. 6:35 in the first. Perella over to Williams. Back to LaShawn Smith at the top of the key. Williams for the long three. And that's going to count. Alan Piccolo is trying to plead his case that that shot doesn't count as it hit the back part of the rim. Doesn't look like the refs will call that make shot, but that will allow Williams to shoot 3 free throws. Try to say that 3 times. He's going to shoot 3 shots from the charity stripe. Sullivan's trying to plead his case as well, but when it's 2 against 1, it's going to be hard to be able to overturn that. Will be second, both teams with 2 team fouls apiece. Williams, one of the smallest players. First shot is good in the NVL, but he plays a lot taller than his stature. One game in particular against Career Academy, he didn't have so much as blocks as it was disruptions against guys like Watson and Battle and Torres. And that game for a long time was going towards Kennedy. Second free throw misses. And although he's a senior, did not get a lot of playing time last year because Kennedy had the likes of Tyson, Stenson, Spears. Third free throw was missed, but now he's getting the playing time. But that time, missed a couple free throws. Williams back over to Harris. Harris, one of the main components, the point guard for this Wildcats team. Wilby coming in at a 6-9 record. Kennedy at 3-11. Harris, no look pass to Williams. Trying to kick Harris to back out. Back over to Harris. 3, blocked by LaShawn Smith. And Smith will do that. His height will make it hard, even for the fleet of foot shooters, to be able to make that shot over that tall frame. Then stolen by Wilby. Gonzalez slapped out by Acosta. Acosta, known for doing that, will slap the ball to hand when needed. LaShawn Smith for 3. Untimely jump by Acosta allows the transition points for Wilby, and they strike. Harris, 7-4. Wilby's up with 5:23 in the first. LaShawn Smith way out. Over to Turner. Perella, 3. Ball's in the air. Who has it? It's going to be LaShawn Smith. Kicks it over to Acosta. But then fouled. Wilby with their 3rd team foul. Shot will be on the floor. Subbing out is Gonzalez. Coming in will be number 14, the junior, Kevin Bruno. Perella, another long 3. Nothing but net. And we're all knotted up at 7. Christian Harris crosses half court. They have numbers. Harris decides to take it himself. Harris having an excellent first quarter here at the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium at Wilby High School. 9-7, 4:46 in the first. Another 3 from Perella. Mayo keeps it alive, has it. Again, numbers for Wilby. Mayo wanted the foul, doesn't. Acosta keeps it alive, gives over to Turner. Turner, Williams, floater, bang. 9-9, 4:28 in the first. Quick transition on both sides between Wilby and Kennedy. Williams tried to give a pass over to Harris, but it hit the knee of Acosta and went all the way towards, I want to say, the netting or the tarp of where the cheerleaders typically will practice when basketball practice or there are any basketball games. But Wilby is able to retain the ball. Williams over to Black. Back over to Williams again. 3. Rims in and out. Acosta has it for the rebound. Entering 4 minutes in the first. We're tied up at 9. Perella makes a step. LaShawn Smith underneath. He's going to be fouled for the and 1. And that's going to be the test for the Wildcats tonight. How are they going to be able to guard LaShawn Smith? One of the tallest players on Wilby is their young junior, Kevin Bruno. And I would anticipate that's why Alan Piccolo put him in as Hightower, or actually, pardon me, not Hightower. Hightower graduated last year. Tyquay Harding is going to be in this ball game. Free throw is made. 12-9. Kennedy's up. Mayo crosses half court, but you can see the quick defense by Williams. He strips it out, makes a move. Right hand finger roll goes up, lands on the ground, but he's able to make it. 14-9. And Williams is being a pest on this Wilby Wildcats team. Harris answers right back. And with 3:42 left here in the first.
Check.
Looks to be a timeout.
Give it up. He scored his 1,000 points.
And there's a celebration for Christian Harris, who scored his 1,000 points.
Can we all just stand, please? It's a great accomplishment.
And one accomplishment by the senior Christian Harris. Well-deserved, scoring his 1,000 points. Joining the upper echelon of the Wilby Wildcats. One of them being Ryan Gomes, who played for the Celtics, among others. That's a class and a half right there. What a nice moment there. Christian Harris and his father being able to take a picture. And that was classy by both sides. The Wilby Wildcats and Kennedy being able to step off the court knowing that that's an accomplishment for a high school player. No matter if he plays in college or even if Harris has a chance to play at the next level, it doesn't matter, Division I, II, or III. Scoring 1,000 points in high school is something, and he can carry that on for the rest of his life. But I can almost guarantee you, Harris wants to score more than 1,000. as well as get the W. Williams has it for three. Looks to be underneath the basket. It was short, seemed to be tipped and maybe hit a little bit by Taikwe, but he didn't get the call. Williams, lateral pass over to Mayo. Now to Taikwe. Taikwe for three. And he answers with his first 3 points. We're not up at 14. 3:16 left here in the first. Jay Turner, transferred over from Waterbury Career Academy. This is my first opportunity to see him since transferring. He had to stay out the first 10 games. Turner guarded by Williams and Harris. Got to find somewhere. But excellent defense by Bruno. And that's going to be the X factor tonight. Bruno and LaShawn Smith. And as I say that, Bruno comes out of the game. But I would anticipate that he will be back in this game more often, because someone has to guard LaShawn Smith. Taikwe gets the ball in the air. Missed 3 opportunity by LaShawn Smith. Kennedy playing more of the zone. But when needed, they will go a 2-on-1, trying to force turnovers. Ronte playing back. Perella giving him about 4 to 5 inches of space. Actually, probably 5 feet of space. Precision passes by Wilby. Trying to find somewhere. Mayo spins, blocked by LaShawn Smith. His second block of the game. Perella gonna take it himself. And then as he was going up, Ronte Williams was able to put his hands in between the shot of Perella to force a jump ball. And possession arrow was pointing towards Wilby. Subbing out is Perella. Subbing in will be number 20. Kyle Brown, the sophomore. Harris over to Taikwe. Back over to Ronte. Continuing the passes, trying to find somebody to go to. Harris for 3. Misses it. Acosta is able to keep it alive. Adrian Williams to LaShawn Smith. He's going to take it. Right hand, count it again. Second and 1 opportunity in less than 2 minutes. 1:49 left here in the first. And right on cue, Ronte Williams. Actually, pardon me, not right on cue. Ronte Williams comes out of this game with a right shoulder injury. Coming back in is Antoine Black. Free throw is made. That puts Wilby at 5 team fouls, 2 more, and they'll be in the bonus. And really, Ronte Williams is really favoring that right shoulder. We hope he's okay. He's a big component for this Wildcats team, both offensively and defensively. Harris, Black, Taikwe, fakes it once. Acosta was able to time that jump perfectly to force Harding to think twice about shooting that 3. Decided to kick it out to Harris. Taikwe by himself. Nothing but net. Count it. And we're all not up at 17 with 1:20 left here in the first. Turner crosses half court. Will be going more to the zone. And Brown, first 2 points of the game, 19-17, with a nice bunny. Harris putting on some moves on Brown, gives it over to Taikwe, fakes it out. Back over to Harris again, another 3 opportunity. 2 for 2 from the 3. Wilby is their last 2 possessions, 20-19. 49 seconds and counting. Alan Piccolo telling his Wildcats to stick their hands out to stop the passing lanes of the Eagles to get through. 40 seconds and counting. Fouls on Wilby. That's their 6th. Substitutions coming in. 44 senior Devy Williams will be coming in, as well as number 31 for the Wildcats. Blackman over to Brown, shoots a 3, misses it. But Turner's able to keep it alive. And who has it? It's going to be Brown. Makes a couple nice moves, evades traffic, and he's rewarded with 2 points. 21-20. 25 seconds and counting. Kennedy's up by 1. Black to Harris. Do the Wildcats have an answer? Tykeway gives it over to Harris. Back over to Tykeway again. Loses it for a second. Retains it. Black. 9 seconds. Wilby will probably have the final shot here in the first period. Excellent defense by Williams and Wells. Tykeway, another three by himself. The shot will not count. And at the end of one, 21-20, Kennedy's up. Exciting first period action between the Kennedy Eagles and the Wilby Wildcats. We'll be right back to bring you second period action right here from Wilby High School. And Kennedy starts off with the ball in the second quarter. Brown to Turner. Sean Smith currently not in the game. Wells, Brown. The long three by Perella, and he cannot miss. He shot that ball all the way from Kennedy High School. I don't know how he made that. 24-20. And I've seen Perella play multiple times this year, and it amazes me how much range he has being able to shoot that three ball. Harris, back over to Black. Black, the left-handed shot, just gets in and out. And Turner with his long arms able to get the rebound. And why not give it to the hot hand of Perella? But Turner wants to be able to shoot a three back and just gets in and out. Snow cone action was about to go in, but somehow maybe a tad hard went out. And does Wilby have an answer against this Kennedy team, which cannot miss from the three? Black, untimely pass. Kennedy has numbers. Brown hesitates, waits, right-hand finger roll, shows a little bit of emotion after that. 26-20. Tykeway to Black. Acosta and Smith will be coming back in this game for the Kennedy Eagles. Black over to Harris. Harris, 5-footer. Seemed to be disrupted a tad, but Gonzalez was able to pick up the garbage. 26-22. 6:18 left here in the second. Alan Piccolo trying to get his Wildcats to play some defense. Perella's going to be fouled hard. That's going to be on Harris. Perella having an impressive shooting night, mainly in the second period. First shot is missed. Subbing back in, LaShawn Smith, as well as Acosta. Coming out is going to be Wells and Jay Turner. Turner has played all of the Kennedy's minutes currently in the first period and mainly in the second, but it's nice to give him a little bit of a breather. Tykeway. Back over to Black. Tykeway again at the top. You can see now two guys on Tykeway between Brown and Perella. Kennedy surprisingly allowing Wilby a lot of space. Makes you wonder if Wilby's going to try to make a move and maybe allow the open space, although Wilby with a quick turnover, 27-22, 5:37 left here in the second period. I wonder if maybe Wilby's going to be able to find an opportunity to go through those passing lanes and maybe make the passes a little bit easier, because right now when you're so far apart, it's hard to really be able to get the precision passes that you need to be able to score each and every time. But maybe the closer you are, the better opportunity, or at least allow some spacing. Brown tries to make a pass. Black was able to stick his foot out. Possession arrow going towards Kennedy. 18 fouls for Wilby, 2 for Kennedy. Kennedy has not fouled since the early parts of the first period. Perella, Smith. Bang! And Kennedy cannot miss from the three tonight, 30-22. I feel like I'm watching the Golden State Warriors. The amount of threes that Kennedy has made tonight, it feels like they're up by a lot more than 30-22. Foul on Brown, their third. And just as I said, they haven't committed a foul since early in the first period. I gave the broadcasting curse. That's their third. Williams coming back in this ball game. Brown coming out. Tyquay to Harris. Christian Harris scoring his 1,000th point in the first period. Quite the accomplishment for the senior. Black to Williams. Nice to see Williams back in this ball game for Wilby. Injured his right shoulder also in the first period. Williams trying to make a move, but then Gonzalez goes up with the left-hand finger roll on the glass. 30-24, 4:24 in the second. Williams back over to Perella. Harris trying to strip it away. But Wilby known for being very articulate, but trying to get in the middle with Mayo coming in for Black. But that's how Wilby needs to play against this Kennedy Eagles team. Try to get, in football terms, try to intercept the pass. But if you can disrupt the passes, maybe a couple will go your way. It's still a ball game, only down by 6, 30-24, 4:14 left here in the second. Turner also back in this game for the Eagles. Another long three by Acosta. And goes right into the breadbasket of Williams, who then dunks it over to Acosta, and with a little help from the glass, 32-24. Harris playing a little bit out of character, loses the ball. Perella, but Acosta goes up for the second chance. That's good. That's going to force a timeout by Wilby. I would be very surprised if Acosta is not a part either in the NVL or All-City something. He needs to be rewarded for the type of player that he is. Every time that I've seen him, he's not only impressed me, but he really has progressed as a player. Last year, he came off the bench. He was the type of player that he played with a lot of energy, but because of the talent of Stenson and Sands, LaShawn Smith, and others, it was hard to be able to crack it. But now he's getting his opportunity to get a full-time starting gig, and he's reaping the benefits of that. 18 fouls for Wilby, 3 for Kennedy. 3:46 left in the second period, 34-24. Chris Broussard on the call tonight between the Kennedy Eagles and the Wilby Wildcats. Like thank Ian on the camera tonight. DET Sports Media Production. You can catch us either on Frontier on Channel 16 or on the web if you type in DET Sports Media Waterbury. We cover Kennedy, Wilby, Crosby, and Career Academy. Kennedy coming in at 3-11, Wilby 6-9. Kennedy qualifying for the state tournament because they are in Division I. If they were in Division 2 through 5, the chances are they probably would not be in the tournament discussion. But because of their success the last couple years in the tournament, it has allowed them to be in Division I. Thus, they automatically qualify. But they'll be probably one of the lower seeds playing against one of the top seeds. Wilby also trying to compete for a state tournament berth. Ball slapped out by Acosta. Been a net tonight here for the Kennedy Eagles. Kicks it over to Perella. 3. Hits the outside part of the rim. Harris has it. Harris trying to be able to answer back. Kicks it over to Tyquay, who goes up right hand off the glass. 34-26. 3:15 in the second. Turner. Almost stolen by Mayo. Kennedy's lucky because if Mayo's able to strip that ball and steal it, you had Tyquay and you had Harris on the defensive side for Kennedy. And that might have been another easy 2 points to be able to cut the deficit. Currently 34-26. Turner, back over to Perella, to Acosta. LaShawn Smith loses it. And then stripped away was Acosta, be able to get it out of the hands of Williams. And then Turner's trying to call for the ball. Gives over to Williams instead. 3, falls, misses it. And right into the hands of Tyquay. Mayo fakes out Turner, but it goes in and out. Looks to be a hold on Kennedy, their 4th team foul. and it was on the court. It was before the ball was in the air, hence why Wilby is not shooting a couple free throws. Kennedy back to the zone, allowing the space, basically, I don't want to say making, but tempting Wilby to shoot a three to try to get back in this game. Wide open Williams. Rebounded by Acosta. Perella crosses half court. LaShawn Smith all by himself for three. Rebounded by Williams. 2:10 left here in the second. Taikwe, Harris. Acosta has it for the Kennedy Eagles. Acosta to LaShawn Smith. Fakes out Williams, misses it. And it's going right back to Wilby. And LaShawn Smith wanted a foul call, but he's not going to get it. And that's been the one bugaboo of LaShawn Smith. He tends to let his passion get the best of him at times. So Ryan Sullivan has had to take him out a couple times to cool him down. But Kennedy needs all of LaShawn Smith tonight to be able to win this game to improve their record. Mayo tried to make a pass underneath to Gonzalez. Seemed to hit the foot of one of the Kennedy Eagle players. It's going to stay Wilby's ball. 1:46 left here in the second. Bruno's coming back in with Gonzalez out for the Wildcats. Harris inbounding. Back over to Taikwe, trying to find some space. Williams, guarded quickly by Acosta. Kicks it underneath to Mayo, tries to make a move. A little bit of a rainbow floater. 34-28, 1:35 left here in the second. Adrian Williams to Turner. They got to cross half court. They do. Perella, LaShawn Smith again. Guarded by three Wilby players, and you got over all three Wildcats. 36-28. And that's the damage and effort that LaShawn Smith can do. The talent level of LaShawn Smith is through the roof if you consider what he can do. He's 6'10", he can shoot the ball. He's able to use his length to be able to not just get blocks, but cut down the passing lanes. It's just all about, just like in baseball, 90% mental, 10% talent. You can say that for any sport, but in terms of playing basketball, you have to be able to have 100% of your mind in the game. And sometimes LaShawn Smith lets his passion get the best of him. Costa's first shot is good. That was a 1-and-1. Costa will be granted a second. If he missed the first free throw, he would not have been granted a second. Costa's second shot is good. 38-28, 10-point lead. Kennedy Eagles have over Wilby. Entering now the 1 minute mark left in the second. Taikwe. Back over to Mayo. Now Bruno, who's back in this game. His mission is to be on LaShawn Smith on the defensive side. Did a nice job early in the second period, but then was taken out. Taikwe. Back over to Williams. There isn't a shot clock in high school, so as long as you continue to move the ball, Wilby could have for the rest of the time. Air ball by Taikwe. Ball is going to be back to the Kennedy Eagles. Inbounding will be Williams. Guarded quickly is Mayo in black. 34 seconds and counting. Pass over to Acosta. Back over to Perella. He's all by himself for three. You cannot leave Perella open with the amount of space that he had. He's able to make the threes with ease. 41-28. And a little bit of an answer back with Williams, the little floater. Right hand, 41-30, 12 seconds and counting. Kennedy will have the final shot. Perella's all by himself again, trying to make a couple moves. Gets through some traffic. Misses it. Three. Going back to Wilby. Off of the Kennedy Eagles. Black inbounding, long pass. Mayo stripped away by Acosta. Shot does not count, and that's going to end the first half. Score 41-30. Kennedy is up against Wilby. Bragging rights on the line between these two Waterbury schools. Again, 41-30. Kennedy is up against Wilby. When we come back, second half action. My name is Christopher Saunders. I'd like to thank Ian on the camera tonight. This is a DET Sports Media production. We'll be right back to bring second half action. Back here at the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium, Christopher Saunders on the call tonight, Ian on the camera. This is a DET Sports Media production. Wilby Wildcats and the Kennedy Eagles. Kennedy's up currently 41-30 as we're entering the third period coming out of halftime. First half was mainly looking at the score is one thing, but if you saw how many threes were shot by both teams, you would be astounded. It's almost like watching the Rockets and the Golden State Warriors because of the amount of opportunities, three-point opportunities that were open. And typically you're going to see that from a Waterbury school, but when you have two Waterbury schools, then you have the likes of bragging rights and saying, oh, I can make a three over you, and so on and so forth. And that's what you basically saw. Now I'll be interested to see what adjustments that the Wildcats will make against Kennedy, only because LaShawn Smith and Acosta being able, or failure of Wilby to be able to box out Acosta. And then LaShawn Smith using his height to be able to dominate the Wilby Wildcats. I said earlier in the first period that the X factor would be Bruno against LaShawn Smith. I wonder if maybe that's something that's going to continue. Currently he's not on the floor, but they need to have somebody who could either match him with height or at least bump him up a little bit and disrupt him. But we'll see. You have Williams, Tyquay, Mayo, Gonzalez, Harris on the floor for Wilby and for the Kennedy Eagles. Turner, Smith, Perella, Williams, and Acosta. Kennedy coming in at 3-11. Wilby at 6-9. It looks like one of the side refs is saying it's a tad bit wet. I wonder if there was maybe I wonder what the reasoning was for them to be able to clean up whatever could have been there. Might have been either sweat, could have been blood. Couldn't tell you. But that's why we're pausing currently right now. You can see the rag by Bruno is trying to wipe up what's there. And as soon as the ref says it's okay, we'll get right back in this game. And we're good. Williams inbounding. And let the third period action begin at 7:45 or 7:40. Williams to Tyquay. Tyquay gives over to Harris, but then Acosta's there to strip it or hit it out, disrupt it, and now Kennedy has the ball back. Williams inbounding, gives over to Turner. Turner putting up the number 1 signal for the offensive call. Perella, Smith. Misses the easy opportunity. LaShawn Smith pointing to himself saying that was my fault. Heads up play by the senior. Turner inbounding. It's going to stay the Kennedy Eagles ball. Perella, long three opportunity. Turner was able to get the rebound. And now Kennedy resets. Smith to Perella again, back up to Williams. Turner going in, kicks her at Perella. Another three opportunity. Rebounded by Tyquay. Tipped by Gonzalez. Tyquay was able to get his hand up, or both hands. But then we'll be moving too quick for their own speed. Another turnover. Alan Piccolo puts both of his hands around his head. Can't be too pleased right now with his Wildcats, currently down 41-30. Now 7 minutes left here in the third period. Acosta tried to give a no-look pass to LaShawn Smith. He was anticipating it, and that's going to allow Wilby to answer. 32-41. Turner. That's going to be a travel. And Turner better turn around. Williams, floater. Ball slapped out a couple times. Gonzalez has it. Harris goes in with the left hand. Just gets out. And Turner has it for Kennedy. Kennedy crosses half court. 6:31 left here in the third period. Acosta guarded quickly by Gonzalez and Mayo. Williams able to get it out, take it away from the Eagles. Harris, three opportunity. Rebounded by Acosta. And just like the first half, the second half has been a whole lot of threes, and it's going to continue. And that's been the evolution of basketball. A lot more threes being shot because of what they see in the NBA. In terms of percentages, looking back at even the Cavaliers game a couple nights ago. Acosta over to Turner. Turner makes a move, back over to Perella. Another three. Nothing but net. 44-32, 5:44 left here in the third. But going back to the Cavaliers game against the Timberwolves, 43s were made. Most attempts and made shots this season, and I think it was in over 15 to 20 years. And you guess it, another three. In the air, Acosta thought about it. Fouled, actually no, travel call by Acosta. Acosta locked and loaded, ready to fire that ball, but in turn thought about it, second guessed himself, decided to dribble. That's what forced the turnover. Harris, Taikwe. Wilby moving the ball, trying to get something going, blocked by LaShawn Smith. Acosta to Turner. Turner to Williams. Rebounded by Turner. Bang! And Perella gives a little bit of a talking to Mayo after that shot. And this whole third period has been nothing but threes, except for the 1-2 that Harris was able to make. Taikwe to Williams. Williams right hand off the glass. Acosta strips it right out. And that's going to be a foul. Another one on Acosta. 4:40 left here in the third. 47-32. And that's going to force a full bench substitution. Gonzalez, Bruno, Black, as well as number 31 and number 15 for Wilby. Black gives it over to Gonzalez. Three. Bang! And the sophomore, the starting quarterback for the Wilby Wildcats, makes his first three of the game. Three by Perella. And Gonzalez makes the three. Perella shoots a three. It's a three-palooza here at the Wilby High School Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium. Black slapped out, able to regain it. Gonzalez has it. Fakes out Perella. And Black steps up to reset. 3:59 left here in the third. Gonzalez over to Black again. Wilby needs to find an answer. Fouls on Williams. Kennedy's second personal. That's going to force Brown to come back in. Gonzalez inbounding. Black. Passes back and forth between the Wildcats. Gonzalez calling for the ball. Kicks it over to Black. Decides to wait a second, slapped out, but then goes right into the hands of Bruno. 50-37, 3:33 in the third period. Kennedy's still up by a marginal or by a big amount. One of the rare misses by Kennedy, mainly Perella, in the third period. Does Wilby have an answer? Travel by Black. Turner to Acosta. Stripped away by Wilby, or actually, pardon me, it was tipped by Wilby. It's going to stay Kennedy's ball. But you can see this 5 new, I don't want to say the fresh 5, but these 5 new players that came in for Wilby seem to be playing with a little bit more energy than the 5 that started the third period. And Gonzalez is able to stick his hand out and strip it away, but then LaShawn Smith answers it right back. Kennedy has numbers. Brown to Acosta, fouled. And Acosta's not happy. He felt like he should have finished that shot for a possible and-one opportunity. But nonetheless, he's going to be at the charity stripe. Wilby's first personal foul here in the third period. Acosta's first shot is good. Looks to be Blackman. Second free throw is good. We'll be subbing in. Let's see who it will be for. It's going to be LaShawn Smith. Gonzalez, Kennedy putting on the press. And now Wilby has numbers. 3-on-1. Black trying to go coast to coast. Looks to be a foul on Bruno. Wilby's second. And Alan Piccolo sending a message to his Wildcats team. Mainly the starting 5. Williams, Tyquay, Gonzalez, Harris, and Mayo. Letting these 5 players get the opportunity. The fresh 5, I'll call them. Foul is going to be on Wilby, putting Acosta back at the charity stripe. You can see the type of energy that they're playing with, although showing their youth, they seem to want it a little bit more right now. Currently 52-37, 2:30 left here in the third. Christopher Saunders on the call tonight. Ian on the camera. First free throw is good. Second free throw was missed. Bruno has the rebound. 2:27 and counting. Acosta strips it out, steals it. Hard foul on Bruno. And Acosta again back at the free throw line. I'm telling you, he is an all-NVL player. He has to be. I don't have a vote, but I have to do something. I might have to put out a petition. I might have to run a campaign for Acosta to be able to get all-NVL. First free throw was good. The energy that he plays with cannot be questioned. The original 5 starters of the third period are coming back in. Gonzalez, Tyquay, Mayo, Williams, and Harris. Harris scoring his 1,000th point in the first period. Free throw was missed. Rebounded by Williams, the smallest player on Kennedy. And Wilby cannot allow that. Failure to box out, and that's what has made this deficit so big, 54-37. Turner guarded by Williams. Close to the halfway point here in the second half. Brown goes in uncontested, 56-37, 1:55 in the third. Long pass by Williams to Harris. Another turnover. And it's going to go back to the Kennedy Eagles. Turner to Smith. 3 opportunity. Hits the inside part of the rim. Another foul is going to be on Wilby. That'll be their 5th. Jay Turner inbounding. Williams, Smith. Just snow cones in. 59-37. 1:26 left in the third. And the way this game's looking right now, Wilby, unless they have a remarkable comeback with about minute 23 left here in the third and with the fourth period set to begin soon after that, with Jay Turner coming out of this game, they will add a loss to their category. But let's see if they can answer back. Still plenty of time. Mayo at the free throw line, fouled by Blackman, number 34. Mayo's next shot is good. Subbing in is Gonzalez. Coming out is going to be Bruno. Full court press. Stripped away by Wilby. It worked. Except for not being able to score. Long pass over. Williams to Smith. Backs up. Puts up the shot. And Harris gets it. Harris goes in coast to coast, stuffed by the rim, able to strip it out. Williams, he's going to be fouled, put at the charity stripe for 2 shots. A minute and 1 second left here in the third period. 59-39, 20-point lead. Kennedy's up. Kennedy 3-11. Wilby 6-9. Brass division overall. Wilby's 1-6. Kennedy's 0-7. First shot is good by Harris. Perella coming in, Williams coming out. Wells also back in this game for Kennedy. Also Brown coming into the free throw line on the left side next to Gonzalez, with LaShawn Smith guarded by Tyquay. Second shot is good. Black coming in with Harris coming out. Gonzalez over to Blackman. Gives it back over to Brown. Travel by Brown, and you can see a little bit of the momentum, although it doesn't look like a lot, but Kennedy's making a couple mistakes, mental mistakes, that could allow Wilby to step back up in this ball game. Couple quick turnovers, a strip here. Wilby might be back in this game. 52 seconds and counting. Harris spins, left hand off the glass. Again, another missed opportunity by Harris. Struggling here in the third period, and I know he's not happy. Both teams have 5 team fouls apiece. Timeout by Sullivan. And that's a smart timeout by the head coach for Kennedy. Being able to calm down his Eagles, knowing that he saw the last about minute and 52 minutes of what happened with the turnovers and a couple mental mistakes. He wants his Kennedy Eagles to regroup, come back, and be focused. On the floor for Wilby. Williams, Black, Mayo, Gonzalez, Tyquay, Kennedy, Turner, Brown, Blackman, Smith, Perella. 30.1 seconds left in the third. Williams on Turner like glue. And then he dispenses. Turner. Another travel call by Jay Turner. And Sullivan's just shaking his head. Turner trying to plead his case. Sullivan's like, nope, you traveled, son. You traveled. 59-41, 21 seconds. Harris. "12 seconds and counting. Ball stolen by Kennedy. 8, 7. Turner guarded on Quick. Looks to be a foul on Wilby. Their 6th. Alan Piccolo using Gonzalez and Harris as substitutions continuously, going for offense and defense. .7 seconds left, 59-41. Blackman, Smith, 3. And at the end of 3, 59-41. Kennedy up against Wilby. 4th period next up, right here at the Reggie O'Brien Gymnasium at Wilby High School. We'll be right back. Kennedy up 59-41. 4th period. Wilby coming in at 3 and 6. Or pardon me, 6 and 9. Kennedy 3 and 11. One team has to win. The other will be handed a loss. Right now, it looks like Wilby will be handed the L. Which Wilby team will show up? At times, Wilby will play like a team that hasn't lost a game. But then other times, as we saw in the second half, mainly in the 3rd period, Smith for a shot from the free throw line misses. Harris with the rebound. The inconsistencies of Wilby have shown in this game. But one thing's for certain. As Mayo goes up with the floater, Harris and the rest of these seniors are not going to give up. Turner to Williams, but then stripped away by Ronte. Fakes out Turner. Turner backs up. 59-45. Different energy level by the Wildcats early in this game. Williams back over to Acosta. Back over to Turner. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout by Kennedy. And Ryan Sullivan did not look happy, screaming to his team. It's been a tough year for Ryan Sullivan and the Kennedy Eagles. 3 and 11 coming into this game. Totally different compared to last year where they lost. They were one game away from getting into the state tournament. But when you lose 4 of your starters, Stenson, Sands, Spears, it's hard to be able to replicate that same trajectory. You know there's going to be growing pains, and with this team, although a lot of the players that started this game, Williams, Acosta, Perella, even Turner, although he transferred. Turner's the junior. There's a lot of seniors that didn't get a lot of playing time last year that are, and they're going through the struggles. Back on the floor for Wilby. Tyquay, Mayo, Harris, Williams, Black. 7:08 left here in the fourth period. Inbounding is Turner. Turner to Acosta. Goes in, left hand off the glass. Taken away by Wilby. Harris going in coast to coast. And Wilby has answered back. 59-47. The deficit is starting to drop. Turner was at the three-point line and then retreated. Williams sticking his left hand out. Sullivan trying to get Smith to set up a pick. Almost was stripped away. Traveling call by Perella. And the crowd, which has been quiet for most of this game, has started to become awoken again here at Wilby High School. 6:38 in the fourth period. Harris to Tyquay. Williams hesitates. Fouled. He'll be at the charity stripe. Now, the last time that Kennedy played here, against Wilby, Ty Sands, this game went into overtime, mind you. Ty Sands made a shot from about halfway between the three-point line and the free throw line, and Kennedy was able to win. First shot is good, and that's what was able to lead Kennedy into a very historic season. Second free throw was missed, stripped away by Williams, and now Acosta has it. .608 left here in the fourth. 59-48. Williams goes in, right hand off the glass, rebounded by Turner as it completely missed the basket. And now Kennedy resets. Williams playing Turner hard. He has this whole second half. Perella, right hand floater, rebounded by Acosta, hesitates. And he continues to fight, comes up unsuccessful. 5:23 left here in the fourth. Long pass over to Tyquay. To Harris. Three. Rebounded by Black. Kicks it over to Tyquay. He goes in. Second chance by Harris. Third chance goes up. Misses it again. But the foul will be on, looks to be on Wilby. And that will put Kennedy at the bonus. Ryan Sullivan talking to his senior, LaShawn Smith. Coming in for Harris is going to be Gonzalez, number 11. Turner's first shot, rims in and out, but Williams is able to get it for Kennedy. Tykeway and Williams were both on Adrian Williams, but then he threw it right into the knee of number 20 for Wilby, hit out. It's going to stay Eagles ball. Entry now 5 minutes left here in the fourth. LaShawn Smith back in this game. Smith has it. Bruno on Smith to Acosta underneath. Second chance, third chance. He comes up with it again. And Smith tries to make a move. Bruno was able to disrupt it for Wilby. Tykeway goes in, coast to coast, gets it. 59-50, 9-point lead, Kennedy. It was up by 20 at one point, and now it's been cut down to 9. LaShawn Smith to Williams, to Turner. No look pass to LaShawn Smith, he dunks it. 61-50, back to 11. Black over to Tykeway. Entry now 4 minutes left in the fourth period. Errant pass by Wilby. Kennedy has numbers. Acosta to Williams. Back up to Turner to reset. Ryan Sullivan has to be pleased as he's clapping his hands in enjoyment with his Eagles team up by 11. 17 fouls for Wilby, 6 for Kennedy. Smith, Bruno's on him, but he makes it right over Bruno's head. It's hard if you're Bruno. Smith has those long arms to be able to shoot that ball. No matter what you do, unless you block it, it's going to be difficult. Black seemed to be tipped by LaShawn Smith. And whatever Ryan Sullivan said to LaShawn Smith, it has woken up the beast. Turner kicks it over to Acosta underneath. And the quick transition of Kennedy, Wilby cannot answer. Foul will be on Kennedy. And that will put Williams at the charity stripe for a 1-and-1 opportunity. First free throw was good. Second free throw was good. (65-52). 2:47 left here in the fourth. Turner to Acosta. Guarded quickly by two Wildcats. Williams to Perella. Nobody was near him. He missed the easy layup, but then stripped out by Gonzalez. That was a failure by Kennedy. Wide open was Perella. He missed it. Traveling call by Tykeway coming back to Kennedy. But that doesn't resolve the fact that Perella had an easy layup and he missed it. 2:32 left here in the fourth. 65-52. Kennedy's up. And you can hear Ryan Sullivan telling his Eagles to continue pushing up, trusting that Turner will get past half court. He does. Kicks it over to Williams. Now to Perella again. Williams to Acosta. Fakes it over to Perella. Goes up. Held on by Ronte. And that's going to put Acosta at the charity stripe. By the looks of it, might be a technical foul on Ronte. Might have given him a flagrant one on that for maybe holding on to him as he was going up, maybe instead of just fouling him, the traditional way. Second free throw was good. Besides the technical and making those 2 free throws, Kennedy keeps the ball up 67-52. Perella for 3. Misses it, rebounded by Taikwe. He goes coast to coast. What a pretty move by Taikwe. 67-54. 1 minute and 58 seconds left here in the fourth period. Jay and Taikwe. Kicks it over to Acosta. Makes a spin move. They're going to call a traveling call on Acosta. Took 1 too many steps. And Wilby needed that with the deficit that they're down by 14. They need every call basically to go their way, and they have to answer back. Williams for 3. And that makes up for the technical foul. That 3 for the two free throws that were made by Kennedy. Now it's a 10-point lead. 1:27 left here in the fourth. Wilby's down by 10. The problem for Wilby right now is if they foul, they have to make sure that it's the correct person. They cannot foul somebody that can shoot free throws. Acosta. You can make a case. Brown, I know it's hard to say this, but maybe someone like LaShawn Smith, Blackman, put somebody who either A, hasn't been at the free throw line this game, or 2, someone who you've seen struggle. Smith struggled early in the game. He's gotten better, or he's been better, pardon me, as the game has gone on. But you have to be precise on who do you foul, knowing that you have at least 2 personal fouls to play with in terms of the bonus. You can play it your way if you're Wilby, but also know who's going to be fouling said player. On the floor for Wilby, Williams, Taikwe, Mayo, Black. On the floor for Kennedy, Smith, Williams, Perella, Acosta, Turner, who's inbounding. I would anticipate the ball is going to go to Acosta with Wilby quickly fouling. First, Wilby's going to force the press. Crosses half court, kicks it over to Perella, back over to Turner. Minute 16. Back to Perella again. Back over to Acosta. LaShawn Smith lost it for a second. Now to Acosta, back to reset. Williams again, minute and 5. One bounce pass to Perella to Smith. He dunks it. And that all but caps it possibly. 69-57. 53 seconds left. Taikwe to Williams. Black makes a move. Just gets in. 69-59. 10-point lead again for Kennedy. Another full court press by Wilby. Smith's all by himself to Acosta. And he's fouled for the and 1. And Acosta pointing to LaShawn Smith, and LaShawn Smith doing the exact same thing back. That's what teammates are supposed to do. Smith didn't have a chance with someone on him, dunked it over to Acosta when it was a 2-on-1, and that's what allowed Kennedy to now be up 72-59. 30 seconds left. 3 by Williams. Rebounded by Smith, and that's all but about done here at Wilby High School. Kennedy's going to win this game, improve to 4-11. Wilby's going to drop to 6-10. Costa, 10 seconds and counting. He's just going to dribble back. He's going to make a couple moves. And time is going to expire. And the ball game is over. And the Wilby Wildcats suffer a loss to the Kennedy Eagles. A heavy defeat, 72-59. This was a classic inter-city matchup between two Waterbury schools. Classic game, a whole lot of threes, a little bit of emotion towards the end of the game in the second half. But this is the type of game that maybe Kennedy can build on throughout the rest of the season, the remaining games. In terms of the season's almost over. The last game is February 27th for everybody, right before the state tournament. Now the next game for Wilby will be on Monday against Holy Cross. That's going to be a tough game. And for Kennedy, it's going to be against Waterbury Career Academy. So until next time, for DET Sports Media Production, Christopher Saunders, who called the game between the Kennedy Eagles and the Wilby Wildcats. Ian on the camera did a fine job tonight. Again, final score 72-59. Kennedy wins against the Wilby Wildcats. Hope everybody enjoys their night. Have a safe rest of the weekend, and we'll catch you next time on DET Sports Media Production. Have a great one, everybody.